So what we're going to do now is a couple of things before lunchtime. Firstly, Māterai Executive Committee have decided that there's a very special award that we would like to make and to present at this conference. We've been talking about the road Paratehuarahi, the road that has been trodden before us, for those of us who are walking along this journey. And on behalf of the executive, we would like to acknowledge the work of Dr. Fiona Cram. At this time. So we've been deliberating quite extensively in the last 5 minutes. Yeah, the kāhui, in fact, the kāhui kaumātua, the elders, have had the task of considering and thinking about what would be the essence of what it is that we're doing here, that our acknowledgement. So I'd like to invite Papa Ngāmaru to come up and share with us, Fiona, the kāhui's thoughts on what it is that we're doing and our acknowledgements and tributes to you.
Koe kai te watu. Kai ia tāku tā whia. Arai mai. Hala mai rea. Tātai kone.
What does involve the minute?
Sorry? It would involve you bending your toe back. Hoi anō tāku tā Fiona Cram. Koe nei te wānanga nā mātau nā ngā kaumātuna, ngā pākeke, I konei ngā koeke, nā mātau tēnei whakarite. I te tiro mātau ki te tētē kura. Nā te tētē kura, koe ira te rarauhe ka piki haereana, ne? Nā ka hingana te tētē kura, kai muri e pai mai ana he tētē kura ano. Kai roto tērā pepehā e kore ona, hinga atu he tētē kura, whakaete mai ana he tētē kura. No reira, tēnei taonga, I tapaina e mātau tā ete kura. Nā reira, kai roto I tēnei taonga, ngā tuhinga kōrero tā ete kura, ko te kura nui, ko te kura roa, ko te kura whakaete. Koeira tēnei tau. I have said to, I've shared with Dr. Fiona Cram what the elders have come together. They've looked at this ceremony like the frond, the free frond that comes up and it sends out a frond. And the old people have a proverb that says, as one frond goes up, another frond comes behind it. So as one goes down, another one comes up. So that's, we've called this taonga tā ete kura. We've cut it down to tā ete kura. Now we've used the word kura has a wide meaning. It means school. It means what is wānanga. It means all sorts of things. It's a fountain of knowledge. So the kura is that. So as we're saying, as the one frond goes down, there's a one waiting, not waiting, one pushing. its way to come through. Whakaete is not waiting, it's pushing its way. So we've seen from the younger generation that they're not waiting. They are pushing for their rightful place. So that's what we call this taete kura. And we said it's the big school, the big activity, the long one, and also the one that is forcing its presence. So that's what we call it. Taete kura. No reira, kia ora. Fiona, go next way.
Taete kura. So it's like, push off, the young people are waiting. He tino harikoa e tākou nākou. This is amazing. Kia ora. Kia ora. Kia ora.
Sorry I didn't go diving, I might have brought some power with me.
How long have I got? 5 minutes, 1 minute. Can I just tell you, when Marcus talked about breath, it made me think about breath. It made me think about putting my hand up at high school when someone came in the room and said, "Who here is Māori?" And they go, do you really want to do that? It made me think about waiting for people to exhale in an evaluation space. You'll know when we arrived in Thursday, you guys were waiting to exhale. You were waiting to figure out whether this was the place that you could tell the second half of your stories, whether people would understand. Because if they understand, they can support you and you can support them. And I think that's the thing that I've sought in lots of different spaces, trying to get people to exhale. And I just want to share just a couple of things. My first evaluation experience with Hone and Naranoa Ngata, with their domestic violence prevention program in Ngāti Ranginui. My colleague Suzanne Pitama came with me. She was at Meihana then. She taught me one lesson. She said, if you want people to exhale, you better learn to control your non-verbals. So it doesn't matter how much turmoil we've got on the inside, we've got to look like we're calm. And we said to Hone and Naranoa, we said, we'll just wait at the back, eh? And we'll take notes. And they said, nah. So if you wanted people to exhale and feel comfortable with you, you've got to participate fully and really be in the space with them. And then I think about where I'm from and my people in Mohaka and Rauponga, and I think about the breath again. And when I got my PhD, my supervisor, Sokong Ng, he said to me, we called him NG, he said, become a methodologist so you're useful for your people. And the breath came as important when the Crown would come to talk to us, and they'd sit up here where the bridal party usually is. And we'd all be at the back, and they'd be talking to the people like the people were children, telling them what they had to accept. And I was at one of these hui, and it was a quiet moment, and my auntie Sophie Keefe stood up, and she said, now we'll invite our whanaunga, Dr. Fiona Cram, to talk to you. And that's when I heard people inhale again at the front of the room, and I thought, it's all about the breath, eh? We've got to make Indigenous people exhale and non-Indigenous people inhale. Kia ora. Oh, and ontology.
Tēnā tātou katoa. E rocks, mea. Aye. Kia ora tātou. I'm going to hand the time over now to Nicole. To Nikki.
On behalf of our Lenape tribe, my elder, Chief Vincent Mann, we are offering a pipe to Matere, to our elders. And it is carved from the walnut tree, which our tree of peace comes from. Places that our treaty rights were negotiated at, and the pipestone on the end. And these pipes took a lot to get here. 2 snowstorms, a couple ice storms, and whatever. And so, literally, and in a humble way, I just say thank you for being an origin story for us. As a model, when we were debriefing in our Eval Indigenous group, it's our origin story of ways that we don't have to other ourselves, and we don't have to be bothered by some of the things that the outside world does. It's kind of like going into our sweat lodge or our teaching lodge. All the medicine we have is inside of us, and we bring that good medicine into this medicine house. And so from our shores to your shores, from our mountains to your mountains, from our shells to your shells, we give this to you on behalf of the Ramapo Lenape Anishik.
Kia ora tātou. Ka pupuri au tēnei taonga me te whakaaro anō ko ngā maunga oroto ia Aotearoa hei hono atu ki ngā maunga o tō ake whenua ko ngā awa e rere atu nei mai i te whenua o Aotearoa. Ke heke atu ki roto ki te moana, ke tai atu i ngā awa ke tō whenua, ko ngā iwi e whaiti nei tātou i rago i te tāhuhu o tēnei whare. Hei tui tui a tātou, hei tui tui a tātou, hei tui tui a tātou. Tēnā koutou e tuku mai nei, tēnei taonga, hei tui tui a tātou. Tēnā roa te koutou. Kia ora ngami. I'll explain that later. My English might break down.
No reira, ko tātou atu ki te whakakapihanga o tau hui. No reira kai roro i aro i te rāhuatanga. Ke tīmata hia mai e himene. Tātatau himene ko te hea. whakaaria mai. Mā koe te karakia, e takitu tātou ke karakia hea au. E hono he krori ki te atua he mau ngāro ki nui te whenua e whakaaro pai ngā tāngata katoa. Amina. E te atua o ngā atua kotoa. Tēnei mātou o poronga. Te koro Pikachu nei kai mua i tō uaroaro. Te tiku atua mātou na whakawhetai ki a koe nā te mea nāu mātou i manaaki. Mai te timatanga tēnei hui ataino ki tēnei wahanga. I o ti pai ai ngā kaupapanga take i mua i oto i a mātou. I runga i te ngā kau mariri ni whakaaro pai. I runga i te hāhua tangata patahi. No reire tō mātou matua. Tēnei te kā ino e tira ki a koe. Kia tau e ni manaaki tanga kinua ki wēnei nā manu hiri. Kino toki ki wēnei tāngata. Ai muri ake nei tērā peka hiki. O rātou waiwai e huri. Ngā kai ka motua ki o rātou na whenua. Te ino e tira ki a koe tō mātou matua. Tā rake hia koe te huarahi. Ke mārake rake ai. Ke kora i rātou e wharai. Ke kora i rātou e tapepa. Ke kora i rātou e rawea. Ke taipai atu ki rātou whānau. Ke rātou āhuatanga o te haukāinga. No reire tō mātou matua. E wahanga no tēnei mo te hunga e noho rawa kore ana. Te hunga e noho kore whare ana. Te hunga kai roto i ngā hohi pera, kai roto i ngā whare haua, kai roto i ngā whare here. Te ino e tura tēnei kia mahea o rātou tīrana, kia huruhi o rātou na whakaaro, kia mauru o rātou ngā kau. I roto i tēnei te ao piki heke, te ao tu te tute, i te ao mātoro torohanga o tēnei ngā āhuatanga whaka tauha i a mātau. Ko koe rā tēnei tō mātau matua, i roto i wā mātau na mahi katoa. E whakahōnori tō i ngā tapu i roto i wēnei mātou. Gloria ki tō ngā tapu. Amen.
Nā taonga pai. O mai te aroha. O mai te aroha. Wahia kia tika. Wahia kia tika. Akona maira. Akona kia uki te pai. Uki te pai. Horoia kia mātonura. Kia mātonura. Moho te tino gloria. Wairua tapu tau maira. Wairua tapu tau maira. Wairua tapu tau maira. Wairua tapu tau maira.
Sorry, I need to say something about this. I see that I mightn't speak in Te Reo Pākehā, but everybody needs to understand what I said. Our mountains stand tall so that they can call to one another. Our rivers and all our lands need to flow into the sea so that they can meet one another. And our peoples also need to meet and talk with one another wherever they may be. Kia ora tātou katoa.
Ora, kia tau ki runga tātou katoa, tātou pai o tātou ariki.